So, while the Scottish Premiership season might have come to a close at the weekend, we still have two big domestic things to determine, one of which being our playoff first leg and second leg, of course, as well as the Scottish Cup final. So, the playoffs, of course, between Partick Thistle and St Mirren to decide who is going to be the 12th team playing in the Scottish Premiership next season, with 11 of them already being confirmed. And we need to see how the playoffs are going to pan out. With the game being on Sky Sports tonight, I will do a reaction to it. If you are new around here though, before we get into it, please consider checking out some of the other content on the channel, liking and subscribing. We do a lot of Scottish football related stuff here, and we will be following Scotland during the World Cup as well, however far we do manage to get. But without further ado, let's get into a breakdown of this fixture. So, starting off with Partick Thistle, first of all, as you can see in their last 5 matches, they are unbeaten. And in fact, they're unbeaten since the 8th of March as well. And funnily enough, the last team to beat them was in the Cup, St Mirren. Their opponents for the playoff were the last team to beat them. But there is a few differences from that in the fact that St Mirren have a new manager. Well, actually, they don't have a manager currently full-time. Stephen Robinson was in charge the last time that St Mirren beat Partick Thistle. But in the last 5 matches, as you can see, 2-2 draw versus Airdrieonians, a 0-0 draw with Arbroath, a 1-1 draw with Queen's Park, and then a 1-1 draw with Dunfermline, and then a 2-1 win against Dunfermline, which of course was the playoff fixture to see them go through to the playoff final in this case. Now, they have gone on that big unbeaten run since losing to St Mirren, and I think they've won 5 or 6 games in that time as well, so they're definitely in a more confident position, I would say, than St Mirren overall. And despite the fact that they're the Championship side, playing at home might give them a little bit of an edge over St Mirren heading into this game. Going to the St Mirren side of things, though, it's not been as plain sailing for them since they beat Partick Thistle in the Cup. They, of course, got knocked out of that Cup by Celtic afterwards, after taking Celtic to extra time, but then a 7-minute spell of Celtic dominance knocked them out of that Cup. And then, of course, in their last 5 games, they lost to bottom of the league comfortably, Livingston, 2-0, losing 1-0 to Dundee, 3-0 to Kilmarnock, managing to beat Aberdeen 2-0 in the Stephen Robinson derby, if you like, and then drawing 1-1 on the final day of the season with Jim Goodwin's Dundee United. But those 3 losses, and failing to score in any of them as well, and losing to already relegated, well, at that point they weren't officially relegated, but all but relegated Livingston at that point, is not a good set of results. St Mirren as a whole, it's been a really strange season for them. Really good performances in the Cups, winning one of them, of course, and then getting to the semi-final of the other, but league form has suffered greatly, even under the likes of Stephen Robinson earlier in the season. Will that come back to bite them, and then will they find themselves in the Championship next season as a result, despite the fact that they were able to win the League Cup against Celtic? Who knows, but in this fixture anyway, they did beat Partick Thistle, like I said, back in March. However, different manager in charge, different set of circumstances, and it was a cup game as well. Over 2 legs, it'll be interesting to see. We'll be able to have a better gauge of it after tonight's fixture anyway for the first leg. But with Partick Thistle being at home, I am going to back Partick Thistle to get the job done tonight, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 Partick Thistle victory. So St Mirren will have a chance to turn it around when it goes to Paisley on Monday night. But I think Partick Thistle are going to come away 1-0 winners tonight, and then we'll see if they can hold on and become just only, I believe, the 6th time a Championship side has managed to, or the 5th maybe, managed to win the playoff and come up to the Premiership next season. But we'll see how that goes. Like I said, if you are new around here, please consider checking out some of the other content on the channel. If you're a St Mirren or Partick Thistle fan, I will be reacting to the game after its conclusion tonight. And then, of course, later on in the week, I'll be giving my prediction for how the second leg is going to go. For any Celtic and Dunfermline fans, or anyone that's just interested in the Scottish Cup final, I will be predicting that on Friday night as well. And then I'll be keeping up with any news regarding Scottish Premiership interests, whether it's transfers or statements being done with any of the shorts on the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.